This is the third time I've tried to do this. This is going to be my Stephen King book collection, Hazard 456. Full length and depth. I'm hopefully trying to take up the full 15 minutes. But if I finish it before I finish it, I'm trying to like, people might get annoyed by this, so if you don't want to watch it, you don't need to watch it. So this is basically going to be my Stephen King book collection. I'm going to do it in several parts because I want to go through a lot of details, probably by like every 8 to 12 books. So maybe 4 parts, 5 parts. It's not too bad. That's only like an hour and a half. So the first one is The Green Mile. There's a little mouse. I'm gonna let you guys see the full cover. It's gently used. Back. It's about this prison. Like, it's this like prisoner, and like has committed a crime and stuff. That's basically the main plot, but there's obviously a lot more involved in that. So it's basically the whole mystery unraveling if he is really I just forgot the word. If he really was the criminal or if he was innocent. So just wanted to share that one to you. So yeah, that's The Green Mile. The movie's I saw the movie 3 times, 4 times, I don't know. Maybe more. But anyways, I'm eating rice. It's my dinner. So yeah, it's a good movie. It has Tom Hanks. Most of you have probably already seen it. Most of you. The next one is Misery. I kind of started this one. There's a side, front. It looks blue on camera. And then there's the back picture. I kind of just picked some random books off the shelf. So, the basic plot is this author goes missing and he wakes up in the consciousness of this nurse named Annie Wilkes. And she's like a psychopath. And she's also his best fan or favorite fan or whatever you want to call it. She's like crazy. Like, she's like mentally crazy. And throughout the book, I saw the movie and I read some of the book. I'm not gonna say most, I'm not gonna say part, I'm just gonna say some. I read like 50 pages, so. She like slowly, progressively gets like more psycho. I have another copy of that somewhere over there, but I don't feel like getting up and getting it, so. I don't think any of these other books are in any hardcover format. I think most of my hardcovers are just hardcovers. I have 4 that aren't, and I have like 8. I have a decent amount of hardcovers, Stephen King wise. The next book is Salem's Lot, the vampire story. Now, as you can see, I started this, and this is on my reading list, so is Misery and The Green Mile. I really want to read both of them soon. You can obviously tell this was purchased, like, new. I've barely touched it. Like, I mean, I've barely read through it, so it looks brand new. Like, same with the book that I'm going to show next. It looks brand new, but I've read it. But I bought this last year when the school was still in, probably in May, maybe April. Probably in May. Yeah, most likely at the, late May when I bought this. It's about vampires, if you can apply by the cover. What? It's about basically like there's a vampire living in this one town, and it's basically the story of the town just slowly all of them starting to become vampires, and it's basically just like a survival story. So yeah. Then we have Pet Sematary. This one looks basic. This one looks gently used because I read it. This was really fast to read. Like for like the first 120 pages, it was kind of slow. But then at my cabin, I got really obsessed with it. And then I got to like 350, and then I finished it the next day. So I was freaking obsessed with this book. This is a really good book. I really like this book. I really recommend you read it. My friend's reading this right now, and he said it's really good. Go back my last video, the video before this, on Hazard 456. It's like update or something like that. Or I'm in the basement, and I have. We'll go to Will Be Awesome 123. Just look him up, and you'll find him. Or if you look under my subscribers, you'll see him there, or my subscriptions or subscribers, either or. Just look for him there. So yeah, Pet Sematary. It's about a magical cemetery that brings things back to life evil, like pets and cats and pets and basically the same thing, and humans, etc. So yeah, that's Pet Sematary, and this one, like Salem's Lot and The Shining and Carrie. It's newly introduced by the author. Since this was actually one of the first books he wrote, but except he put it away because he was too afraid of it. So, he like tucked it away for a while and crap. So yeah, basically that. And then, there's a new introduction by the author. I read the introduction. This is actually published by Doubleday, for those of you who don't know it. It's not published by Viking. Then we have a novella. It's The Mist. This was the first Stephen King book I read, if you call it a book. I mean, if you call it like an actual book. It's about like these creatures, like the government is like screwing with chemicals, and they accidentally like let out a bunch, and there's creatures in the mist, and they like trap the humans inside of a mart and like kill them. It's basically a survival story, and it's pretty good. It's okay. It's not that great. If you're looking for a decent book with some cheap scares, it's not really scary at all. But it was the first Stephen King book I read, so I give credit to it. This is my intermediate pause where I'm just gonna say some stuff like about what's upcoming on these Stephen King features. There's a few books that I don't have, so I won't, and I've read them, so I won't be like I won't be adding them into my collection videos until I actually get them. The ones that I've read. Like Carrie in the Dead Zone. So yeah. What else do I have to say? There's a few books that are at my mom's house. Like I have another copy of Pet Sematary at my mom's house, so I'll probably add that in another book collection. This might go up to like 7 parts, you know. So yeah, next book is Cujo. Front. Oops. Side and back. Cujo. It's a story about a dog who got bit in the nose by a bat. Sorry about that. Saint Bernard who gets bit by a bat, and he basically goes rabid and starts killing people because he's very sick. This is one of like Stephen King's best work. I really like this book, and I consider it one of among his popular books, like one where you can punch in the name on YouTube and you'll get like a bunch of suggestions or crap like that. I really like that cover. So yeah, the back's kind of crinkled. You can obviously tell I read that. Trying to focus it. Yeah. It's a good book nonetheless. The movie is just one of those cheesy 80 movies that had good story but wasn't made very well, but it's still worth a check out. There was this guy on YouTube that said he hated the movie. It's either he's not a true Stephen King fan, or he's just a... Yeah, I don't want to go further. I only have 2 books left. The next one is The Shining, newly introduced by the author. So the page, I've had this one for like, this is my second Stephen King book. Third Stephen King book I read. Unless if you don't count The Mist, then it would be my second. So yeah, The Shining, it's an amazing book. I rate this among his best. There's just a few of his books, like 4 that I wasn't really too high about, and they weren't like any of his famous ones. Like they were like Night Shift and Rage and The Running Man and The Mist. So yeah, yeah. So The Shining, it's a very good book. It's about a man who has they all go up to a hotel so he can finish his play and crap. And the son, he has like a magic power, The Shining, which is telekinesis. Sorry if some of you who have read this book more recent, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I read this in June, so I'm really kind of rusty on it. But on my quiz for it, like I did a book report, I got a 20 out of 20 with unfresh memory. So, there's these hotel ghosts trying to kill the son because of his power, and I'm not really going to go any farther, so I think I might have spoiled enough. And here it comes at all. Those of you who watch my Hazard 4, 5, 6 videos would know what book I'm reading right now. Promo. And the movie for The Shining sucks. The miniseries, it's not great, but it does the book justice. There's people who think The Shining is like really boring. Sorry, I mean, the rice is really good. And the final book is sorry if I'm a little quiet, I don't want to like yell. The last one is Firestarter. I'm currently reading this. I'm 41 pages, part 16 of chapter 1. And do you want to see the print? Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it? And no, I'm not gonna. It's tiny. So give me credit if I don't finish this very fast, because it's tiny print. Like, well, I finished The Shining in a week, so I could finish this in a week. And plus I have to, well, I want to finish this by Monday. Well, I kind of have to for my reading response card. That's basically book reports. I gotta hurry this up. It's the last minute. It's about this couple who takes some drugs and they get like powers. Like the dad's is like mind control, but he gets bad headaches afterwards. And the mom's is like a low telekinesis, and they have a daughter, sorry about that. Her name is Charlie, and she's way stronger than them, and she can start fires with her mind, and the government is basically going after them. So yeah, it's a really good book so far. I give it an 8 out of 10. I have not seen the movie, and just to wrap up the rest. Front. I don't have time for the side and back. So yeah, I'm going to try to ride out all of the rest of the time. Thank you for watching. Join me in my next part, Stephen King book collection 2, which should go for the rest of the Stephen King books on my shelf. Bye-bye.